Hello friends, we are in the new part of the transfer news. There are exactly 2 months until the winter transfer period opens. However, teams are constantly watching players. They are in constant follow-up. If you subscribe and like the video before starting the video, you will give the biggest support. Have a good time. For Joshua Kimmich, Bayern wanted to extend his contract that expires in 2025, but the player's side didn't even come close to negotiating. It's clear that he's unhappy. There are sporting problems. Both Barcelona and Manchester City are preparing bids for the player. Barcelona wanted him last year too. He was the first candidate to replace Busquets, but there was no money, so Oriol Romeu was brought in. Next summer, Bayern may have to sell 28-year-old Joshua if they don't extend his contract. Manchester City has the money power. Also, Guardiola is the coach that Joshua has improved the most. Although the player wants Barcelona, it is very difficult for him to say no to Guardiola. Barcelona are ready to sign Anthony Martial if Manchester United release him for free. The player's contract expires in June. Barcelona have asked United to put pressure on United in January. Napoli have started direct contacts with Antonio Conte for a new manager. The Italian wants to coach a team that plays at the top. Napoli is a great opportunity for him right now. There were rumors that Lionel Messi would go on loan to Barcelona. There have been many stars who returned to Europe on loan while playing in MLS. Henry returned to Arsenal for 2 months while playing in America. Similar news came out for Messi. If he returned, we could have watched a different Barcelona with 2 to 3 different field formations. Maybe that's what many people wanted, but Messi is not returning. Due to the fixtures in America, Inter won't play Miami for 4 months. During this time, he plans to only vacation outside the Argentine national team. Qatari businessman Hamad Al Thani did everything he could to buy Manchester United. He negotiated several times and withdrew his offer of $3.5 billion because he could not reach an agreement with the Glazer family. Meanwhile, British billionaire Sir Jim Ratcliffe has also recently made an offer. He is in talks with the Glazer family for 25% of the team's shares. Time will tell how far this will go, but United fans can at least take solace in the fact that Glazer will no longer have such a big stake in their club. Openda is almost certain to leave Leipzig next season. In fact, he has been linked with 3 of England's giants. The Germans will demand €80 million, but we wonder how much he will be the main target for the other teams. Chelsea's priority is definitely Osimhen. Liverpool have Nunez and United will not give up Haaland. So it would be a surprise for us if Openda transfers to these teams. Christian Eriksen complained about playing time when he went to the national team camp. If Ten Hag doesn't leave, he could also transfer at the end of the season. The 31-year-old Dane is still very fresh. He can easily find a team in the Premier League. United outcast Donny van de Beek is likely to leave the club in January. Donny van de Beek was on the transfer list during the summer transfer window, but failed to make the move despite strong interest from Real Sociedad. The Dutchman has played only 2 minutes in the Premier League this season. He is certain to leave and is currently looking for a new team. Eric Dier has no future at Tottenham. He is not in the squad and both Roma and Sporting will try to sign him in January. Returning to Sporting means going home and returning to Roma means meeting Mourinho again. Manchester City don't want to take any risks with Erling Haaland. He currently has a release clause of £173 million in his contract. It's worth even more in euros, but they still want to remove it. They even offered the Norwegian striker a new contract. They want him to sign immediately against the danger of Real Madrid. Anyway, he wants to stay in Holland and his career plan is not to leave City for at least 3 to 4 more years. Lukaku said Al Hilal is the biggest team in Asia and the Middle East. He received a big offer from them in the last transfer, but he didn't accept it. I think the Belgian is on his way. He has a very, very high chance of transferring to Al Hilal next season. Juventus have put former MLS player Federico Bernardeschi on the agenda. They are ready to make an offer for the 29-year-old. He left Juventus for free and was transferred to Turin. If they want him back, they will have to pay a fee. Real Madrid are extending Federico Valverde's contract. A new contract until 2028 has been agreed with the player. Bayern Munich and Leroy Sane are negotiating a new contract. Sane is happy with the team and his life at the club with his family. so we expect them to reach an agreement soon. Meanwhile, it is rumored that Bayern will insist on Palhinha in January. The player recently signed a new contract with Fulham. Actually, he has a very strange story. Bayern agreed with Fulham but couldn't complete the transfer. Then they confirmed the same deal for January. But this time Fulham broke the deal and signed a new contract with the player. Bayern Munich will try once again in January. They are definitely looking for a defensive midfielder, and despite everything they have not given up on Palhinha. Angel Di Maria could renew his contract with Benfica for another year. The 35-year-old winger has scored 6 goals in 9 appearances for Benfica and has also assisted a goal. If he does not sign a new contract, he will be free of charge. Benfica want to continue with him for at least 1 more year. Chelsea have started contacts with Napoli about Osimhen, although not directly. The player has also been consulted on the matter. The Nigerian striker is a Chelsea fan. Chelsea made a big investment in football when he first learned the game. Osimhen is eager to wear the blue shirt. Chelsea have spent a lot of money, but they have also sold a lot of players. Despite this, they are under close monitoring by UEFA. Nevertheless, if they get permission for the transfer of Osimhen, they are ready to do everything to make it happen. Jorginho could leave Arsenal in January. It's not really his intention, but we expect him to be one of the players on the market. The chances of him leaving could be high. Arteta, if he loses him, Juventus will bring in Adrien Rabiot, who has risen from the ashes. The French star has resurrected his ruined career. He was one of our most criticized players. His contract expires in June. Arsenal can take advantage of this and sign him in January. Juventus were mentioned for Sancho this week, but we don't think he will go there. He wants to find himself again at Dortmund in the Bundesliga. As long as Ten Hag is still in charge, Sancho has no future at United. By the way, Domenico Berardi wanted to go to Juventus in the last transfer window. He even had a bit of a falling out with Sassuolo because of that and missed the first 2 games as a result. Then he came back and scored 5 goals and an assist in 4 games. He made a big contribution in the wins over Juventus and Inter. He is one of the good stories of this year. Domenico Berardi is a special guy. Watch out for Berardi in January. Sassuolo's asking price is still high, but the transfer talks can start again, because Juventus continue to be keen. Lazio are preparing to say goodbye to 33-year-old Ciro Immobile. He is tempted by the salaries in Saudi Arabia. He has sent a message to Arabia for the last contract of his career. He is eager to sign if any team wants him. Newcastle United have extended the contract of Bruno Guimaraes. It is also written that the new contract has a clause for Barcelona for €70 million. If they want something special for Barcelona, they can buy him for 70. However, this clause was denied. There is no special clause for anyone in the contract. There is only an exit clause of €100 million. Whoever pays this money gets the Brazilian midfielder. Atletico Madrid want to strengthen their attack next season with Vedat Nuriki. They will insist on him. He is currently one of the most informed players in La Liga. Simeone believes he will bring a positive atmosphere to the team. Also, his work rate and work ethic are very important for Simeone-style coaches. We can say that Vedat got full marks in this regard. PSG are not happy with Dembele, for whom they paid €50 million. The French winger has failed to score a goal this season. He has contributed with only 2 goal passes and has been largely ineffective in 9 appearances. It is claimed that Arsenal could make an offer for Dembele, who has a serious chance of transferring to the Premier League. A loan transfer is also on the agenda for January. 38-year-old Ronaldo is the top scorer of 2023. He overtook Haaland. He has 2 more years left on his contract with Al Nassr and is now the highest-paid footballer in the world. But despite that, the Saudis want to offer him a new contract. They will raise his salary and offer to continue with him until 2028. Will he play until he's 42? That's his goal? And with this tempo, it looks like he will play. Juventus are one of the teams currently looking for a stopper. They want to make an offer for Victor Nelson to Galatasaray soon. If the Dane goes to Juventus, he'll be a talent there. If he wants to play, he shouldn't go there either. By the way, Galatasaray's expectation is €20 million. Any offer below that will not be accepted. Nelson has a contract for 3 more years. Even if he wants to leave, he has to stay and contribute to the team if the conditions are not met. Lazio are still following Galatasaray matches for Lucas Torreira. They want him and they have been trying for a long time. They continue to show interest tirelessly. We are certain that they will make another offer in the summer. Mauro Icardi is in the news for Real Betis and Inter. We don't think the claims are true. Also, Galatasaray have no intention to sell unless there is a crazy offer. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe and like the video. You can also write in the comments if you want to determine the content of the next video. Goodbye.